What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. There are two really big reports today that we have to break down because they talk about two different actors that I believe most people really love. These two actors joining the MCU. We also have news about the future of Deadpool and Wolverine after their movie, and possibly a new Wolverine. You might have heard some news about Hugh Jackman sticking around after Deadpool and Wolverine and possibly sticking around even after Avengers Secret Wars, but some recent news leads a lot of people to believe that we might actually be getting a new Wolverine in the MCU sooner rather than later. And we do know that the X-Men reboot is coming from Marvel Studios in the MCU rather quickly as well, considering that they have been interviewing writers for a long time and listening to pitches and deciding what the movie is going to be about and who the lineup is going to be. So considering that, it would make sense that we could be getting a new Wolverine along with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. It is the multiverse saga, so anything is possible at this point in time. And of course, we're going to go over some Spider-Man 4 news as well, and an actor possibly joining that film. So right away, let's go ahead and start off by talking about Wolverine and Deadpool as well. Now, this is a rumor. It's coming from the insider My Time to Shine Hello, so take it with a grain of salt, but she says that Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'll specify Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, are both going to be sticking around post Secret Wars. We already basically know that they're going to be appearing in Avengers Secret Wars or possibly even Avengers Doomsday. We know that our universe is headed for a collision with their universe, the 10,005 one. Plus, the ending and post-credit scene for Deadpool and Wolverine set up the return of X-23, Gambit, Blade, and Elektra. So clearly, there is a plan here to bring these characters back, and of course, with them, Deadpool and Wolverine, since they were the main ones. But My Time to Shine Hello states that Marvel and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are keen to make more Deadpool and Wolverine movies. And given the massive success that Deadpool and Wolverine has right now, crossing $1 billion at the box office, becoming the biggest R-rated movie of all time, and considering how well it was received by the audience, it would make sense that they would want to do another movie. And considering what we've heard about the soft reboot at the end of the multiverse saga, this could very well be possible because we know that some characters are going to make it and some characters aren't. But if Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman want to continue as Deadpool and Wolverine, well, we know that Marvel is going to want to continue to make money. So this makes sense. But we have a long time to wait until we find out what happens. However, on the other hand, we might not have to wait that long to see if we have a new Wolverine. And yes, if we got a new Wolverine in the MCU, this would mean that we would technically have two different Wolverines, but in the multiverse saga, that isn't really surprising at all. We've had 3 Spider-Mans in one movie before. Having 2 Wolverines wouldn't be that much of a shocker. In fact, I think it would be pretty dang cool, especially after seeing that Henry Cavill cameo as a variant of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine. But right now, that is not who people are talking about becoming the new main Wolverine. Right now, it's back on Taron Egerton. According to the same insider, My Time to Shine Hello, Taron Egerton is in talks with Marvel Studios right now for an undisclosed role. And this isn't the first time that we've actually heard that he's met with Marvel Studios. And in fact, he himself had confirmed a while ago that he did meet with Marvel about playing Cyclops. And this is 100% confirmed. He confirmed this himself in an interview. There's footage of it. You can watch it. And he says he turned down the role because he didn't want to play a character who essentially can't use his eyes. The eyes are a big part of acting. And he basically said, you know, the eyes are the windows into your soul. I didn't want to play a character to where I had my eyes covered the entire time. So he's been in talks with Marvel before. It's not a shocker that they would want to talk to him again about a different role. And since, of course, there have been rumors going around, I think for years now, that he could possibly be the new Wolverine, that is exactly what people are thinking again. Marvel Studios is talking to him about playing Wolverine, the new one in the MCU. And this, of course, would be the new one moving forward, not only before, but also after the reboot. Now, since Taron Egerton had spoken with Marvel Studios about roles in the past, last year when the rumor of him playing Wolverine started circulating, a bunch of people started asking him about it during interviews. And here's what he said. He said, "I'm not going to be the guy to play Wolverine. There's no signs pointing towards that being the thing. And I just don't know if maybe I'm getting to the point where that's not what I want anymore. I don't know. I'd never say never, and I do love those movies. I've really enjoyed watching them over the past 10, 15 years, but whether it may not be that they're the right thing for me anymore." I think maybe I'm past the point where that felt like the right thing for my career. And I totally hear him. However, we've heard actors say things like this before and then pop up in movies. Looking at you, Andrew Garfield. Look, we already know when an actor is meeting with Marvel Studios about a certain role, they can't say it, right? They sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, which legally prevent them from talking about anything they've spoken to Marvel Studios about. Paul Rudd said in an interview that he wasn't playing Ant-Man when, of course, he had already been cast as Ant-Man. We didn't know it at the time, but he had. But if Taron Egerton is going to be the new Wolverine, let me know how you all would feel about that. And it's widely believed that the new X-Men reboot movie is going to come before Secret Wars. So that would mean, like I've been stating, we'll have two Wolverines in the MCU fighting alongside each other. And Hugh Jackman and Taron Egerton have done movies together before. They did Eddie the Eagle, which is a great movie. They both really like each other and really respect each other. I think this would be really cool to see them fighting alongside each other, but let me know your thoughts down below. Now, the second actor I mentioned who is rumored to be joining the MCU is Syndey Sweeney, and this is not the first time that we have heard this rumor, but now we have another one coming from My Time to Shine Hello that she has been offered the role officially of Black Cat for Spider-Man 4. Now, I personally think that it makes sense that Syndey Sweeney would want to join the actual MCU after doing Madam Web, because it sounds like pretty much the entire main cast kind of thought that they were in the MCU and possibly kind of tricked a little bit by Sony. We already know that Sony wanted Tom Holland's Spider-Man to be in that film. We've literally seen concept art of it. That might be what they pitched to all of these main characters. But then it was changed, and Dakota Johnson even said what was filmed was not anything close to what the original script was. So a lot of people think that these actors thought they were going to the MCU, which of course was wrong. But if Syndey Sweeney signed on because she thought that, it would now make sense that she would go, hey, I want to be in the actual MCU. What can we do about this? Who can I play? And I think Black Cat would be perfect. And again, she was rumored to be in talks with Marvel Studios, not Sony, but Marvel Studios, about a role in Spider-Man 4 for a long time, believed to be Black Cat. So this very well might be a thing. The only thing about this right now, which does actually make it kind of interesting, is that Spider-Man 4 is going to be pretty different than what it was originally going to be. All evidence points to Spider-Man 4 coming out between Doomsday and Secret Wars. And based off of what we've heard, everything that happens between Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to take place on Battleworld. So this drastically changes what Spider-Man 4 was going to be about. It was originally going to be a grounded movie with Kingpin, but according to many different insiders, including Alex P. from the Cosmic Circus, this isn't going to happen anymore, and that they're saving Kingpin for Spider-Man 5, which is going to take place after Secret Wars. So Black Cat could very well show up in Spider-Man 4, but if she does, it's not going to be the same grounded movie that we once knew it to be. They're going to have some heavy multiversal elements to this, and she might not even be from the 616 universe. She could be from a different universe, since it seemingly is all going to take place on Battleworld. But before, it was rumored that she was going to be Spider-Man's new romantic interest, and since MJ doesn't know who Peter Parker is, it would make sense that they would give him a new romantic interest. And Syndey Sweeney is a really popular actress right now. If you don't count Madam Web, she's on fire, and a lot of people really like her, and I think a lot of people would like to see her with Tom Holland. I feel like they would have pretty good chemistry, but go ahead and let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Would you like Taron Egerton to be the new Wolverine in the MCU, and would you like Syndey Sweeney to be Black Cat with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.